Hey there, it's EnderVerse. Today we are once again looking at client-sided mods. You know, those that you can join any server with them without having them installed on said server. Now without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Take a Seat is a fork of the well-known Sitting Plus mod. Using this mod, you can trigger so many different sitting animations wherever you are in the world through pressing X on your keyboard. Those animations will adapt to the surface below you, be it a stair, a slab, or a fence. I have used this mod for over 2 years now to make my cinematics more alive and iconic. I'm sure it can be of service to you too, friend, especially since the original mod has been officially abandoned by the author. Scroll Walk is a mod that will allow you to walk slower. You can do this by simply pressing Alt and scrolling down, reaching a certain point where you will be walking exactly at the speed of crouch walking, which can be useful for cinematics or to perform a certain type of movement. In many video games there is the option to crouch, like in Minecraft, but there is also the option to walk. I'm glad to see such a feature represented and even improved upon, as you can tune it down exactly to your liking. This mod doesn't work well on big public servers like Hypixel, though I tested it on a normal vanilla server and it worked just fine. For all of my videos, I use the Just Expressions texture pack to get my eyes animated. However, that pack is quite limited in that it hasn't been updated for 2 whole years. Luckily, the Reactions mod came in to introduce a similar and simpler functionality, allowing you to animate your eyes and even your mouth too. The special here is that the eyes animations will adapt to falling, scoping with a spyglass, and pulling a bow. And unlike Just Expressions, you don't need an external image editor to adjust it to your skin, as you can easily tailor it to your face using the configs in the mod. This mod did work well with my skin, but it will work best with skins having 2x1 eyes and a mouth. In any case, it's an excellent replacement to said project and it gets updated habitually, so we could expect more expressions to be present sometime in the future. With cinematic respawn, each time you die, the camera will smoothly raise from the spot of your death and lower to your spawn point. This can make the game a lot more immersive, as well as having a modernistic feel to it. I would only hope the author is working on the unloaded chunk issue. It only happens on newer versions though. On 1.2 and 1.11, this chunk problem do not exist, so I believe it is totally solvable. Ambience is a nice mod which will allow you to change the color of every natural element in the game, including water, sky, fog, clouds, leaves, and more. I use it to make my water a little more tropical, the sky a little bluer, and the grass a little greener. These may sound like small tweaks, but trust me, they make all the difference considering the dim vanilla colors of the game. A little while ago, I made a video all about atmospheric and ambient mods. I would have included this mod had I known about it, so make sure to install it if you'd like to have full control of how your game looks. Spyglass Improvements is a mod which will allow you to zoom in and out with the spyglass. Back then the zoom value is fixed and doesn't see all that far out. With this mod you can see very far away and adjust the zoom exactly to your liking. You can also pull the spyglass anywhere from your inventory and use it, though you will need to have it in hand if you want to adjust the zoom. This next mod will give you a minimap whenever you have a map item on your inventory. This map UI is ever expansive and it looks very stylish and pleasant. It also adapts to the nether, the end, and even in the caves if you turn on cave mode. You can zoom in and out as well as marking some territories, though sadly the marked territories don't show unless you open the map. I wish the author would make them trackable like a normal waypoint. There are countless other Minimaps mods, but only few of them are as vanilla friendly and as convenient as this mod, so make sure to give it a try, my friend. Easy Building is an incredible quality of life mod which will allow you to build walls and floors uninterrupted. By pressing left alt on your keyboard, you'll be able to build either vertically or horizontally from any angle without worrying about misplacing blocks. Every block you place will go exactly on that surface, not above it and not below it, which can be a huge stress reliever. As you might expect, this mod isn't recommended on public servers, unless you know the owner and they are cool with it, otherwise you'll be operating at your own risk. This mod will appeal most to the ladies watching my videos. Female gender mod will allow you to choose to have a female's body. You can customize a lot about these bodily features, including the size and even the physics too. This model change also applies to armors. Even modded armors are compatible, though not the detailed ones, but considering you are watching this video, I would assume you are only into vanilla Minecraft with some quality of life features, so this wouldn't be that big of an issue. On modded servers, these projects can be an excellent way to personalize skins, and I'm a big fan of avatar customization, be it physical customization like this one, or clothing options. Both help you express yourself to the fullest. Armor Quick Swap is a great mod for people who change armors very often. It will allow you to swap your full set with the set on the armor stand instantly. All you need to do is just shift right click it. Same applies to your inventory and the hotbar. One right click is all it takes to swap any piece of armor for what you currently have equipped. This mod will be best suitable for heavily modded servers, as you can have lots of new types of armor sets, each useful for a specific situation. But I also see it being useful in vanilla survival servers when you find better equipment. The great thing about it is that it's not only client-sided but server-sided too, which means you can add it to your server and people would be able to swap armors without having it installed in their own game. This next mod will display a detailed visual description each time you right-click an enchanted book. Enchanted books will also emit different particles if put in a lectern next to a filled chiseled bookshelf, which is great as you will be intentional about this visual effect instead of being subjected to it. You compare this mod with the enchantment descriptions mod, which will provide descriptions to every enchanted tool, weapon and armor instead of being constrained to just books. However, this mod will still be relevant as it provides detailed level-based descriptions along with telling you what type of items you can put them on and enchantments incompatible with said book. AAA Particles World is a mod which will overhaul the visual effects of some of the events in Minecraft. The most noticeable change here was obviously the lightning bolts. There will be flying dust as well as electrical current running around the site, making thunderstorms a sight to behold. Other events were also improved. Fireballs will have flames and smoke particles trailing them, and explosions will have a shockwave effect and fire particles everywhere. The last example I have for you friends is Firefly's VFX on the swamps during nighttime. These particles will boost the ambience of the swamps considerably. The visual effect here can be a bit much for the vanilla game, but you can go to the config files and tweak some of them off. For me personally, I prefer to only have the loot beams, lightning bolts and the fireballs effect. SkinCraft is a very important mod on the list. It allows you to customize skins from the game's GUI, be it changing your character's colors, changing their physical traits and so much more. You will no longer have to do it through Photoshop or other photo editors, saving you lots of time and even improving the final result since this interface is tailored specifically for Minecraft skins, allowing you to fill whole sections, add 3D elements and undo or redo anything lest you made a mistake. If you've been watching my channel for long enough, you'd know that I have many different skins, and up until now I edited all of them through Photoshop, which was a huge pain, so for me personally, this mod was a godsend. Real Arrow Chip will fix the problem in vanilla Minecraft where all arrows look the same on the bow. From now on, each arrow will adapt to its original color tint when pulled on the bow. And to make the difference even more glaring, there is a texture pack you can add called Braze Better Bow and Arrows. This pack will make arrows appear 3D on the bow, which improves the graphics a lot all the while remaining vanilla friendly. Both projects will serve as a natural upgrade for bows and crossbows in Minecraft. So give them a shot. They will work well for client-sided vanilla plus ModPacks. Being a Minecraft modding YouTuber, I make more instances per week than dollars, and every time I have to adjust the GUI to my resolution. GUI Scaler came to fix this annoying problem. Every time you load up a new instance, it will adjust the GUI scale exactly to your resolution, focusing on making the GUI as visible and as convenient as it would be had you adjusted it yourself. This mod can save a lot of time for individuals, but is also perfect for ModPack developers. Now you don't have to subject everyone to your GUI scale, you could simply let this mod do the job. Up next we have Handycam, a mod which will make the first person view a lot more interactive. Having moved in any direction, jumped, sprinted or crouched, your camera will gracefully adjust to the new position. This also applies to shooting a bow, where your camera will zoom, and when you eat, where your camera will shake accordingly. This mod is great for immersion. Just make sure to tune down the effects if you are prone to motion sickness, as the sudden camera shakes could make you dizzy. Command keys will add macros you could use to either execute commands or write something in the chat. This mod can be perfect for people who'd like to experiment around. I use it to either set the daytime, enable or disable certain aspects of the game through game rules, or when I'm using Cam for cinematics, which is an entirely command-based mod, so you could imagine the burden this mod has lifted off my shoulders. Or must I say, my fingers. I trust not many of you friends write 10 commands per second like me, but if you have a set number of commands you write very often, this mod will be pissed for streamlining that process. Up next we have Scribble. This is a mod which will allow you to fully customize your book and quills. You can now make text bold or italic, change its colors, underline it, plus a lot more. You will now be able to write some of the most beautiful and vibrant books, and what struck me about this mod is that the scribbled books are visible even to people without the mod. Nearing the end we have a lifesaver. This mod will allow you to search options inside of the shaders, be it depth of fills, reflections, sun and moon textures, and any other option present within said shader. Configuring shaders can make a day and night difference, but with so many options different from shader to shader, one can easily get confused. So this mod will help you tailor each shader exactly to your liking. We already have fallen leaves on Minecraft. However, this mod will make it so that apples, branches, acorns, and much more fall from the trees as well, which further increases the wilderness of the forest in Minecraft. Additionally, the author also added the option to enable the wind. This way, all of said particles sway according to it, allowing for extra ambience. These particles differ tree to tree, and they can make a glaring difference, especially if you have shader zone or some atmospheric mods from this video. A mod adding physics to particles, one allowing you to become an anime girl, one overhauling the management of resource packs, and 17 more are to be found on episode 2. So make sure to check it out. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you found this video valuable, and I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.